Episode 7. Ghosts Don't Die Quietly. Laurel lit a candle in the bookstore that night. Not for ambience. For strength. She hadn't spoken Dylan's name out loud in years. Now, it lingered in her mind like an old bruise someone kept pressing. Suspicious death. Unsolved. Unhealed. She still remembered the night it happened. The way the rain wouldn't stop. How the call came just after midnight. How her hands shook as the officer said the words. He lost control of the car. We believe he was intoxicated. But Laurel knew better. Dylan hadn't just lost control of the wheel. He'd lost control of everything long before. And now, somehow, that truth was being twisted against her. Meanwhile, Juliana sat in her room, obsessing over the name. Dylan Sinclair. Articles, forums, whispers. One blog post mentioned abuse allegations, hushed by money and shame. Another speculated about foul play. And one post had a comment. The bookstore girl knew more than she let on. Juliana's heart pounded. Could Laurel have?
No.
That didn't make sense. But doubt had a way of cracking even the firmest belief. The next morning, Alexander noticed her distance. You okay, Jules? She looked at him, torn. If she told him about the note, about the greenhouse meeting, would he listen? Or would he choose her again? Laurel. The woman who made him smile. The woman who might be hiding a body under her calm. I'm just tired, Juliana said instead. But inside, something hardened. She needed to talk to Laurel face to face. No more pretending. That evening, she marched into the ink nest. The bell above the door rang like a challenge. Laurel looked up, her expression unreadable. We need to talk, Juliana said. About Dylan? Laurel asked softly. Juliana froze. You know, Laurel nodded. Someone left a photo at my door. I know what they're trying to do. Juliana sat down across from her. Did you kill him? Silence.
Long. Heavy.
Unmoving. Then Laurel whispered. No. But I wanted to. Juliana blinked. I wanted to when he threw my journal in the fire. When he told me no one would ever love me again. When he made me feel like I was the villain for leaving. Tears welled in her eyes. But I didn't. I left him. I let the storm take him. Juliana didn't know what to say. Because in Laurel's voice, there wasn't guilt. Just grief. And somewhere underneath it, freedom. For the first time, Juliana saw not a threat, but a survivor. Episode 8. The letter she wasn't supposed to read. The next morning, Juliana couldn't stop thinking about Laurel's eyes. They weren't the eyes of a liar. They were the eyes of someone who had endured. Still, part of her wasn't ready to trust. Not completely. Not with her father's heart. Not yet. She needed one last answer. And she knew where to look. In the back of her mother's armoire, behind scarves and perfume bottles sealed shut by time, was a velvet box Juliana hadn't opened since the funeral. Inside it, folded beneath keepsakes, was a letter Emma Ward had written to Alexander. Not one he ever read. Not one he even knew existed. The envelope was addressed in delicate handwriting. Only open if you forget how to love again. Juliana's breath caught. Her mother knew. She knew someday he might try again, and that it would tear Juliana apart. Hands trembling, she opened the letter. My love. If you're reading this, you've probably fallen for someone, and you're fighting it because of me, because of her, because of everything we shared. Let me tell you something. I want you to love again. Not because I wasn't enough, but because you are. I see the way Juliana clings to the past. She will try to protect my memory like a sword. But even she, one day, will need someone who shows her that love can survive loss. So love her. And let someone love you. Just make sure she's kind. That's all I ask. Forever. Emma. Juliana sobbed. For the first time in 10 years, she let herself miss her mother out loud. Not through control. Not through sabotage. Through surrender. That afternoon, she walked into the bookstore. Laurel stood behind the counter, reading. Juliana handed her the letter. Laurel scanned it. Her lips parted. Her eyes glossed. She gave you permission, Laurel whispered. She gave us both something, Juliana said. I'm still not ready to call you family. But I won't stand in your way anymore. Laurel reached out, not to hug her, but just to gently squeeze her hand. It was enough. Some walls don't fall with a crash. Some fall with a whisper.